This is an update to show you what the feet per minute suction power are of my setup for sucking for the router station. And I've got a foot pedal, so I can just click that on. And we'll start out with, this is showing 13.79 or thereabouts. And I'm going to turn it on. And look at that, 3504. That is a huge number for a vacuum. This thing absolutely just works wonderfully. I'm very pleased.
Hi, this is a simple instructional on how to do this very easily. You'll need to get a piece of wood and your plunge router mount or your trim router mount, depending on which one you're going to use, and trace it out on a piece of wood. This piece of wood should probably be a piece of plywood like Baltic birch, something strong. Don't use MDF because it's just too flimsy. And regular wood may have issues with warping. Plywood is probably the best because the ply is good in different directions and it's less likely to warp in time. Then you'll need to have already acquired a 5-gallon bucket like the Home Depot style, and then a set of lids or a lid that's removable like the one in the picture here at number 4. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to put your bucket upside down and put the piece of wood that is going to be the underside of the mount that was done in section 1 and 2. So you're going to need 2 pieces of wood here. The second piece of wood, you're going to cut it up big enough so that you can put the router slip through it, and then you'll be able to mount the 2 pieces of wood together later on. Once you've cut out that piece that's big enough so that the router base can slide through it, you may have to remove the handles as I did in section 1. Then you can trace it out across the top of the bucket with a Sharpie and then cut that out. Once you've cut that out, then you can cut out the circle on the side about 3 inches up from what would be the top of the bucket, but remember the bucket is upside down. So above those little planes of plastic would be best. Make sure you make the hole smaller than the actual tube that's going into it. That'll make it a lot easier down the road. So that way you can just thread it through, kind of like the way a screw works. Then you can put in section 7, as you can see, you can have it angle down slightly and screw it to the side wall from the inside. This is going to create a vortex effect because it's going to make the air spin around inside. The next is you'll flip the bucket over, apply foam tape like you see in section 9. And then in section 10, you can see that you can attach the piece of wood with screws through the plastic bucket into the wood, and it should make a nice tight seal as seen there. I had to try this a couple times. The next is you're going to attach that one piece of wood that's attached to the bucket to the underside of your table, as you see in section 11, and then I added some more foam tape. Section 12, it shows it's connected up. And section 13 is the piece that the actual table router is actually mounted to the that bottom section. So if you needed to, you can actually remove this entire section here with the screws in section 13, and it's going to bring the router and everything right up through the top. In section 14, you're done. Hooray!